Hi, this is Shirley from Alaska, the herb lady. We're going to have this herb is anti-gas. And a lot of people say, I don't have gas. Well, what it is this herb literally takes care of the mucus that's in the bottom of your stomach because you didn't digest your food. And you can belch or have gas, but it dissolves it. It gets rid of it, and your stomach feels so good. Anti-gas is a herbal designed to relieve gas and cramping, as well as it improves the digestive system. Anti-gas contains herbs that demonstrate antibacterial against microbes that feeds food poisoning and stomach ulcers. Do you know how you can prevent not to get a stomach ulcer? When you go to a restaurant, you should have a little spray bottle of Silver Shield and spray on your silver, because sometimes they don't wash them in enough hot water. And then the other thing, one of the doctors taught us was never drink from the glass, never, because he said when he was over in other countries, sometimes the hot water would go out and there was no hot water, then they still wash the glasses. But if you drink from a straw, you won't pick up the bacteria. So straw and he sprays his whole food, and he said he has traveled all over the world and never got sick because he prevents the bacteria from going into his body. Anti-gas may be helpful for pain, cramping, bloating, indigestion, gas, inflammation, nausea, and it combats food poisoning. The first ingredient in it is papaya. And papaya is considered papaya, most time, if it's by itself, it only digests the protein. It doesn't digest carbohydrates or fats. But the papaya that I sell, it has it both. It has other herbs that digest the other stuff. And a lot of my pregnant ladies loves the papaya fruit that we have here. It's natural for heartburn. Papaya contains the enzyme palein, which is to digest protein, fats, and carbohydrates. Papaya also contains enzymes that break down starches and milk protein. Papaya is effective in digesting enzymes and commonly found in commercial products treating stomach ailments and bowel duct problems, and improper fat digestion and pancreas disease. The second ingredient is ginger. Ginger I've used mostly around here on boats because it helps with if you get sick, motion sickness or car sickness, and your children, you seem like they get sick when they go in a vehicle, give them some ginger and it will stop. You don't have to put up with the vomiting. Ginger contains various compounds that associated with digestion, enhances the gallbladder, encourages the digestive fluids and the saliva. Ginger also improves gastro mobility through the digestive tract, while muscle relax. It helps to reduce cramping, and it helps. Ginger is widely used for the treatment of problems including discomfort, bloating, diarrhea, nausea, and in animal studies have shown that ginger can prevent ulcer formation caused by aspirin. Aspirin, a lot of people don't realize that, but it can cause stomach trouble with an ulcer, and it can cause bleeding in the stomach and bleeding. I've only had 2 doctors that told me that, bleeding in the brain. It helps reduce cholesterol levels, ginger does, and it stimulates the immune system. Number 3 is peppermint leaf. It's for digestion. It's for gas. It relieves intestinal colic. Peppermint leaves are for heartburn, for pain, for cramping, for gas, for gallbladder disorders. And people says, well, what causes gallbladder problems? And a lot of times it's peanut butter. Just eating way too much peanut butter. That's what happened to my husband when he was young. And he started having gallbladder trouble, but we kept on cleaning. I got a cleanse, and we kept on doing it. I only had to go through the cleanse 4 times and didn't pass no more gallstones, but he had to go through it 8 times and still passing it. So a lot of times depends on what you eat, or if you eat a lot of fried foods, gallbladder, especially if you're A blood. But any blood type can lose their gallbladder real fast because it's the fried foods that will do you in, and cheese. Cheese, it just clogs you up. Peppermint leaf contains essential oils that stimulates the bowel flow from the gallbladder, and it helps to stop cramping, and it's antibacterial against the H. pylori, and that helps to do ulcers, and it helps with chronic gastritis. The fourth ingredient is wild yam, is known for anti-inflammation, anti-spasmodic, has been used for treating colic, rheumatism, gallbladder, and gastro health. Number 5 is fennel seed. Fennel seed is approved by German Commission for digestive disorders such as bloating, feeling the fullness and gas, cramping, colon IBS. Fennel seed increases the bowel production, and the oil helps to protect your liver. Number 6 was dong quai, and this I didn't know. Dong quai is mostly from female hormones, but they brought it out that it purifies the blood, it improves circulation. According to the World Health, it's used for treating chronic hepatitis and cirrhosis of the liver. Dong quai exhibits anti-inflammation, anti-spasmodic protection of the liver. Dong quai helps to heal the stomach lining. And I thought that was really good, to get your stomach lining healed from having ulcers. And number 7 is lobelia. Lobelia is considered effective antispasmodic. It's used for pain reliever, and it helps with inflammation. Also, it's antispasmodic, pain reliever, relaxant. Lobelia is also noted for the disease fluid with large amounts of dose will vomit. Dr. Christopher, in one of his college classes, he was teaching that this guy, his doctor was out of town, and so he got a knock on his door, and on his door these people came with their dad, and he could barely walk because he couldn't breathe, and it was late at night, and he couldn't breathe. I mean, he just really couldn't breathe because he had asthma, and they couldn't get a hold of his doctor. So Dr. Christopher said, go make some tea, and they made some peppermint tea, and he started giving the guy a lobelia, and then he went and got a bucket, and he gave him more lobelia, and then peppermint tea, gave him more lobelia, peppermint tea. You have to give a lot of lobelia before you get the vomit results. But he kept on giving it to him, and all at once he started vomiting, and the peppermint tea helped to soothe his throat, so his throat was okay, and he just kept on vomiting, and afterwards, after he got done throwing all the mucus up that was in his system for years and years and years, both of his sons helped him back home. He went home, and instead he always slept sitting up for the last 20 years. He could lay down and breathe and sleep. And they called the next day, and they said, "We don't know what happened to our dad, but he's fine." They just loved it, and they were so glad that their doctor was out of town, where they found out about lobelia and about peppermint tea. So it does say that it can make you throw up, but that's only if you got too much mucus. And if you got too much mucus, I always tell people, let's get rid of it. The next one, number 8, is spearmint leaves. It's good for digestion problems, good for colic, indigestion, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting. Spearmint tea helpful for IBS. Spearmint tea is essential oil that has confirmed antibacterial against H. pylori. A lot of people says, well, why are you talking a lot about H. pylori? The research says close to 85% of the people have it. Some people don't even know they have it. till they get an ulcer. But a lot of times they can have it for 10 years before the ulcer comes. And what feeds it is sugar and dairy products. So you do not want to, if you got stomach trouble, and a lot of people have stomach trouble because they eat wrong. We're supposed to eat 80% raw vegetables and 20% cooked, and most time we do just the opposite. And the cooked food takes all the enzymes out of our body and we don't digest it. So it's undigested food in our stomach, and then you're saying digest, digest, and it doesn't digest. There's that it helps with salmonella, common disease that's caused by food poisoning. Spearmint leaves helps. Number 9 ingredient is catnip. Has a long history for being digest problems. It helps with cramp, colic, gas, indigestion. Catnip's helpful for gastritis, headaches, hiccups, IBS. It has a bitter substance oil. It's responsible for antispasmodic digestion. It's antifungus. It kills bacteria and it kills staph. So I hope you enjoy about anti-gas. It's something that, honestly, if you have a husband or a child that has gas, I would give it to them and because they're not digesting the food. It's causing a problem in their body. And if you can get rid of the problem, they will be a much happy camper.